Ladies and gentlemen, this is Killer Kross. Please do not notify the police. Your signal has been interrupted. You are now listening to Rock and Wrestling Local 420. Tuck your chin, please, sir. Thank you.
Wow, what a fantastic gift. I realize the title of your show, Rock and Wrestling Local 420. And I'm going to take that idea and go extreme.
Alrighty then, this is Phil Nershi of the Spring Cheese Incident coming to you from up in the Windy Mouth. I'm here joining Cosmic Chris on the Rock and Wrestling Local 420.
This is the Big Ugly JD Bishop, and if you're not listening to Rock and Wrestling Local 420, you must be stupid!
Hey there, radio buddies, it's me, Max Volume. You are listening to Rock and Wrestling and Local 420 with Cosmic Chris.
Hey, this is Chad of the Two-Man Power Trip of Wrestling Podcast. When you're done listening to my show, head on over and listen to the Rock and Wrestling Local 420, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Hey, folks, I got a name for you. One of your greatest podcasts in podcast alive today. They don't call you a great podcast. They call you Rock and Wrestling in Local 420. Beat it if you can.
Oh, wow, that's a nice one. Didn't even cough on that, so that's kind of nice. I mean, I will cough in a second probably, but not instantaneously. So, hey, guess what? It's a new episode of Rock and Wrestling Local 420, people. Yep, it be. Another week of... Oh, man. I don't got much wrestling to talk about, just a little bit. But I do want to talk about one of the things that I think is just super, 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 super stupid. And here, let me click on it real quick on my Facebook, because I think it's just the dumbest shit ever. And I'm going to get into some news about it. Not just about that, but regarding something else. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Okay, Oregon's Governor Brown extends Corona state of emergency through July. And it's supposed to end on July 6th. Wow, 2 days after July 4th. So I wonder if we'll actually get to celebrate our freedom. And like I said before, I know the COVID shit is real. I'm not saying that. But we got to be able to let people get back to work. And so, now, granted, slowly, and, people can go, if concerts come back or, say, casinos or something, because casinos are obviously going to be the last thing. But people can still social distance and fucking wear masks and shit and be smart about stuff and get back to work. We don't need to just gather on beaches in fucking LA, stupidly, because that's another thing. I'm going to get into that later, though. But I feel sorry because Oregon's only had just over 100 deaths, period. Everyone's saying, like, I've seen my friends, like my friend Brian in Portland, that are like, oh, God, it's too early to go back to normal. Oh, my God, man. And I know Oregon has been hit harder than Nevada's been hit. But I think Nevada here is like suffering the worst bullshit because it's almost non-existent here. Yes, there are cases. Yes, a few people have died. I am not denying that. I'm just saying in parts of the world where this shit isn't rampant, people are still social distancing here and being smart about things. But like I said, in Oregon, I feel sad. I feel sorry for my friends and family that all live in Oregon right now because it's like, dude, Oregon, out of all 50 states, Oregon was 40 on like the worst cases. You know what I mean? 40 out of 50 states. You know, I don't know what to think. And the other thing about this whole thing, okay, and now also getting back to California, the governor said, oh, we're not going to see concerts or sporting events here for at least a year. Okay, getting back into that, now Oregon and California, okay, Rage Against the Machine has rescheduled some shows for the 2020, and, you know, I'm hoping now, or not 2020, it's the reunion that was supposed to take place this year is going to take place apparently next year. So hopefully we can get back to that, because it's just, I don't know. Because as far as I know, like I said, I just don't know how the world is going to... It goes back to what I was saying last week about this Civil War bullshit. It was easy in the 1800s when the South wanted to go away from the North. Like I said, I'm not defending anything that the South, as far as slavery and all that shit. I'm just saying that at least with the Civil War, yes, you had brother against brother. They all felt different, yes. But now it's an invisible war, because it's not just about the South and the North. Half the people in Reno want to get back to work. Half the people in Reno want the fucking thing to stay the way it is. Half the people in Portland want to go back to work. The other half wants, half the people in Miami, half the people in fucking all these other places. So there's no real side. It would just be this fucked up war in each fucking city and everyone fighting, and fights are starting to break out. I wish people could just handle this a whole lot better, you know, because, you know, if we are able to at least have concerts again, we got to take this stuff at least seriously. Now, here's what I was saying the other day. You know, the planet, and I've been saying this for a few weeks on the podcast, but the planet has been healing itself because we haven't been fucking it up. We've been staying at home, which is nice. Now, Sylvia Browne, who said in 2020, we're going to see this global pandemic and it's going to disappear pretty quick, which it is. But, okay, it's supposed to come back in 2030, 10 years later. Now, as a society, let's just think about this. If we can do this every 5 to 10 years, social distance for a couple months, and just kind of lock down again, I think, now not just to avoid COVID or any of those, the coronavirus bullshit, SARS or whatever, not just to do that, just do it just to help heal the world. I think we may be able to save the fucking world. And in, you know, 100 years from now, because we did this for a few months every 10 years or something, that might be a lot of what the world needs, is like a social pause. You know, because like, okay, I want to make a quick reference to a really good movie that I used to love called Rude Awakening. Right after Cheech and Chong broke up, you know, Cheech did this movie with Eric Roberts called Rude Awakening. And the thing in the beginning, now it's a comical thing. It was for a movie that's supposed to be funny. And the guy Fred, who was Eric Roberts, said on May 1st or on May Day or whatever, May the 4th, whatever May Day is, we're going to ask everyone to stop their bullshit, stop what they're doing, and take a breath together. He called it a pause, man, a world pause. It'll be beautiful, because it was in the 60s. Well, this is kind of like our world pause. This is what we kind of need to do, I think, if we're to get back to normal. But at the same time, we need to get back to normal. And for right now, this is the new normal. But we still need to do it smartly and not dumbly. So, with that said, also, I've noticed that Axl Rose apparently took to, I guess, the governor saying something. Okay, who was it? Huntington Beach and oh god, I want to say Marina Del Rey, but I'm not sure if that's who it was. They protesters flocked to beaches without masks and without, so it was kind of stupid. But I guess the sheriffs say we're not going to reinforce the stay-at-home order, even though the governor has said they want to start arresting people. Now, here's what I say. Arresting people is about the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. If you want to ticket somebody, then that's fine. But arresting people for fucking jogging or going out and doing their daily lives, that's fucking wrong. That's our government imprisoning us. And that's just fucking, dude, we're on the verge of losing our fucking freedoms if we don't actually stand up for ourselves and say something. But with that said, if we say something and stand up, let's at least be somewhat smart about it. Let's show the people that we can still wear masks and social distance and kind of keep it going. Because the fad, this mask thing has turned into a fad now. I'm seeing masks from corn, from fish, the little donuts and stuff on the masks. I've seen all sorts of different things. Kiss masks now. It's going to go out like a fad, and I think it's cool because I'll wear those masks. It's just, that's what it's turned into now. And everyone knows the masks are not going to help us. They're to help you. So if I'm wearing a mask, it's preventing my air and carbon dioxide and whatever's coming out of my mouth. So it's protecting you from me. Your mask is protecting me from you. It's not protecting... The mask isn't protecting me from you. Your mask is protecting me from you. You see how it works? People have got this shit back asswards, man. And so they need to be a little bit smart about how we're going to try and get back to normal. Now, in the bigger cities like New York and states like New York and LA and all this, I get it. I know they have to take it more seriously because the populations are different. So per capita, Vegas probably has to take it way more seriously than us in Reno. And with that said, people are giving the Vegas mayor, whoever she is, shit because she just wants to get back to work and let people actually live their lives, and people have been flaming her for it. And I'm seeing a lot of my friends that are on the other side too, so don't get me wrong. I know some of my friends disagree with probably what I'm saying. But it's just, we got to get through this. Please, just bear with us, and let's just see if we can try and get through this without fucking killing each other. So, with that said, I'm going to read a few things off in music news. Let's see. Philip Anselmo says, creating music with pot is the way to go. I think that's kind of funny. Let's see, what else? Okay, Exodus's Gary Holt opens up about his COVID-19 diagnosis. It felt like having a really nasty flu. That's what I felt 3 times last year, so I don't know. I get it. So I'm not going to go in because he obviously did an interview with Eddie Trunk, and we all know, what he's said. Now, also, getting back into the concert thing, concerts in Missouri could return on fucking Monday, says fucking the governor. Now, that's tomorrow. Now, this episode will come out probably on Wednesday, but this was from May 2nd, which was yesterday, which was Saturday. So, that's, like I said, by the time this episode comes out, concerts may return in Missouri. And I hope they do. Because people can still go to concerts and stand 6 feet from each other. Don't sell as many. You know how you solve this? If a stadium holds 70,000, why not just sell 20 or 30,000 and You don't have to fill the stadium. People can room. It's like back in the day, like if you heard Ithaca, Cornell University, 5877, rated the best, most traded Grateful Dead concert ever. And how it starts is Bob and Jerry saying, okay, everyone move back. And that was what Kesey always said of why he liked the Dead. All these bands, look at the Rolling Stones for Altamont. They came closer and closer, and Hell's Angels would beat them back, and, somebody ended up getting killed. The Dead were the perfect band because they knew how to tell people to step back. Hey, people are getting squished and bug-eyed up here. Take a step back. Take another step back. And yet another step back. Take a step back. That's how that show started. And the Dead knew how to say, hey, you don't need to come and fucking just maul us all. And so with that said, concerts can resist. If you're at the Crystal Ballroom in Portland, Oregon, probably holds, 1,300? Cut the ticket sales, man. Cut the ticket sales down to 800 or 900. Cut it by 300 or 400, And then that way you're not packing people in, because a lot of these concert promoters want to oversell. They want it to be packed. And I enjoy a packed concert, don't get me wrong. But with this said, if we start to analyze this and actually take it seriously while still trying to get to work, we may beat this fucking thing. Because here's the problem. People are worried about, oh God, if everyone gets back to work, they're going to make the world more sick. Well, theoretically, yeah, that could happen. So why not take it seriously and say, let's get back to work, but be responsible? So that's what I have to say about that. So hopefully Missouri and us and all these other states can start having small shows again or something. Because that's what it says right here. Is Axl Rose criticizes protesters and local officials for denouncing California's beach closures. That's what it said. So, let's see here. What else do we got? Okay, that's it for Blabbermouth. And that's it for Loudwire. Let's try Louder with classic rock news. One of the things I noticed, and I thought this was great. Alcatraz launches Born Innocent, first studio album since 1986. I'm like, wow, because Graham Bonnet reforms fucking Alcatraz, man. I thought that was fucking awesome. I liked Alcatraz. Alcatraz was cool, man. I liked that one Rainbow album that had Grand Bonnet on it. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone. I love Graham Bonnet. He had a great voice, man. I liked him more than I liked Joe Lynn Turner, that's for sure. I mean, Joe Lynn Turner wasn't bad, and they got more commercial with Joe Lynn Turner, but I don't know, dude. I'll tell you right now, when I hear classic rock radio, I hear Man on the Silver Mountain more than anything. So when people play Rainbow on classic rock, it's usually Dio. So, whatever, as far as I'm concerned. So, Alcatraz. It was a great band. Grandpa had a great voice. So, I don't know. Let's see. Alice Cooper wants you to star in his new video. I've been noticing a lot of these things. Michael Frane did one too. He said, here's what I want you to do. Film yourself, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then send it in. And because they've been doing a lot of these passing the stuff. Like the girls in WWE did it and the guys in WWE did it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they all passed. And when the thing went to one side, it came in through the other side, and they passed it, and I can't remember what they were passing. I think they were kicking, like the WWE guys did a kick, and it looked like the people were getting kicked, and so that was kind of, I don't know, I liked it. So yeah, band face masks go on sale, raise money for musician charities. Pantera, Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath. What is that? Is that Slayer? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, because that one's pretty small and dark, so I can't really read that one. But then, also, Marilyn Manson, apparently his new album is finished, the one he did with Shooter Jennings. And apparently it's a masterpiece. I don't know. I haven't heard it, so I don't know if it's a masterpiece. But also, wait a second here. Susan Holmes McKagan, wife of GNR bassist Duff, gives update on new material from band. The band is sounded. So what are they saying? Guns N' Roses is working on some new material? I hope that's what it's saying. I'm not going to read too into the article, but I hope that's what that's saying. So let's see. Iron Maiden Remaster Series continue with the live collection. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I did notice that in SmackDown, which was one of the shows I liked this week, the only two shows I liked this week at all was Impact and SmackDown, and only a couple things I liked. I love how AEW looks, but the show sucked, and it's been sucking. But with that said, like I said, the one thing I really thought was cool with SmackDown was Michael Cole. I don't know what context he said this in, but he's like, what a long, strange trip this will be. I love it anytime they make a Grateful Dead reference or anything like that, because I think they've said that on Raw. I think Michael Cole might be a Deadhead, because I think he's said that before. So I thought that was pretty funny. As far as Impact, the Rosemary stuff, see, that's the thing. Impact has had, because they pre-tape their shows, they've had 6 weeks to deal with this shit. And so by the time they had to tape new shows to an empty audience like AEW and WWE, they already were ready for this shit. So their show looks really good. And so they're doing these vignettes that, like Rosemary in the Bar, I've been talking about that for the past few weeks, and becoming a team with Taya. So that's been pretty enjoyable. That thing, there was something with Michael Elgin that was pretty good. But outside of that, I can't even tell you anything that's going on with Raw right now. Nothing stood out to me. Raw is doing nothing for me. Like I said, the only things that are doing anything for me right now, and I watched NXT, but I fast forwarded through that too. That show completely sucked. I'm waiting for Killer Kross to debut. I don't know when the fuck he's going to debut. Hopefully soon. So we'll just see. So hey, that's our intro. Let's get into some music. I'm going to start this first set off of music with the Grateful Dead and the Weather Report Suite from Dick Pics Volume 1, which is Tampa, Florida, 73. See you around. Next set. Peace.
Hey, this is Kevin Kleinrock from Masked Republic and the Keeping It 100 with Conan podcast, and you're listening to Rock and Wrestling Local 420. Make sure you tune in every week.
Hey, it's Pat Kelly of the West Coast Wrestling Connection and the Golf Guys radio show, and you're listening to my buddy, Cosmic Chris, Rock and Wrestling Local 420.
This is Hotshot Danny Duggan, and you're listening to Rock and Wrestling Local 420.
Oh, hey, guess what? We're back again. You know what? Let me see about taking another hit. Oh, wow. So we started that first set off of music with the Grateful Dead from the Tampa, Florida. It's the Dick Pics Volume 1 at 73 with the Weather Report Suite. Followed that off with the Persuasions and their cover of the Grateful Dead's Lazy River Road. So that was, and since the Weather Report Suite is a live 15-minute long, so it's about 20 minutes that we still. So I didn't stick 3 or 4 songs in there. I just stick the whole Weather Report Suite, Lazy River Road, and then we're doing This Week in Rock and Wrestling. But before we get into this week, wow, another one where I'm not coffee. So here. Oh, wow, that was nice. May 6th, 1964, Brian Knobs from the Nasty Boys is born. 1980, Colt Cabana is born. 1988, Dakota Kai is born. 1966, Paint It Black is released by the Rolling Stones. 1945, Bob Seger is born. 2004, Barney Kessel from the Wrecking Crew dies. He was a guitar player. Doesn't say how old he was. 2015, Errol Brown, the singer of Hot Chocolate, dies at the age of 71. May 7th, 1956, Hercules is born, the wrestler. 1965, Owen Hart is born. 1984, Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, is born. 1993, Will Ospreay is born. 1824, Beethoven's Ninth premieres in Vienna. 1840, one of the Tchaikovskys is born. There's a couple Tchaikovskys, so I don't know which one, and I couldn't pronounce his first name, so... 1936, Jimmy Ruffin is born, famous Motown singer. He was David Ruffin from the Temptations' brother. He had that hit, oh God, what was the song? What's become of the broken hearted? I was actually going to play it, but I decided not to, because I want to play not a whole lot of music on this one. 1945, Cornelius Bumpus, the sax player for Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers, is born. 1946, Bill Danoff from the Starland Vocal Band is born. And that same day, from the Grateful Dead, Bill Kreutzmann is born. 1950, drummer Prairie Prince is born. 1961, Phil Campbell from Motorhead. And, God, what else? He was in another band too, I think. But, yeah, Phil Campbell from Motorhead was born. 1998, Eddie Rabbitt dies at the age of 56. Famous country singer, one of my favorites. May 8th, 1970, Let It Be, the album is released. 1979, the debut album of The Cure is released. Three Imaginary Boys. That's the one with Boys Don't Cry on it. 1911, Robert Johnson, the most famous bluesman in history, is born. Also part of the 27 Club, mind you. 1940, Ricky Nelson from Ozzie and Harriet and famous, guitar singer, songwriter is born. I always liked Ricky Nelson. 1953, Alex Van Halen is born. 1975, Enrique Iglesias is born. 1985, Karl Marx dies at the age of 87. May 9th, 1962, Beatles signed with EMI. 1949, Billy Joel is born. May 10th, 1953, Tito Santana is born. 1968, William Regal is born. 1986, Rock Me Amadeus goes #1 by Falco. 2010, Flava Flav hosts Monday Night Raw. Let's see. Also in 1899, Fred Astaire is born. 1909, Maybelle Carter, Ruth Carter's mother, is born. 1946, Dave Mason from Traffic is born. On that same day, Donovan is also born. 1952, Sly Dunbar, the reggae drummer for Sly and Robbie, is born. 1957, bassist Sid Vicious, no, not the wrestler, Sid Vicious, the replacement bass player for Sex Pistols. 1960, Bono is born. 1961, Danny Carey from Green Jello and Tool is born. 1967, Young MC is born. 1986, Tommy Lee and Heather Locklear, I believe, get married. I think they got married. I don't think that's when they divorced, is it? Yeah, I think it's when they got married, yeah. May 11th, 1974, Billy Kidman is born. 1977, Bobby Roode is born. 1963, Puff The Magic Dragon is released by Peter, Paul, and Mary. 1972, John Lennon says his phone is tapped on Dick Cavett Show. 1974, Ricky Don't Lose That Number is released by Steely Dan. 1941, Eric Burdon from the Animals is born. Also, 1947, Butch Trucks is born from the Allman Brothers. 1981, Bob Marley dies at the age of 36 from cancer, lung cancer apparently. 2003, Noel Redding from Jimi Hendrix Experience dies at the age of 58. 2013, Ollie Mitchell from the Wrecking Crew dies of cancer at the age of 86. May 12th, 1975, Ricky Ortiz is born. 1934, Cocktails for Two is number 1 by Duke Ellington. 1963, Bob Dylan walks out of the Ed Sullivan Show. I didn't even know that happened. That just makes him way cool. Dylan's the man. 1967, first quadraphonic Pink Floyd show at the Games for May in London. 1967, Are You Experience, the album by Jimi Hendrix is born. Or not born, is released. 1973, Dueling Tubas by Martin Mull is released. 1940, Norman Whitfield, one of the Motown writers, is born. 1944, James Purify releases I'm Your Puppet, which I did not know. Okay, because I knew some of the songs were covers, but Soul Men with Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson and Isaac Hayes, that song I'm Your Puppet, I didn't know it was a cover. 1945, Little J. Otis Washington from the Persuasions is born. 1948, Steve Winwood is born. 1950, Billy Squier is born. 1958, Eric Singer, the drummer for Kiss, is born. 1981, Rami Malek is born from that Robot show. He also played Freddie Mercury in the Queen movie. And finally, 2001, Perry Como dies. I do not know how old he was, so probably pretty old, because Perry Como was an old motherfucker. I mean, he released shit in the 50s, so. That was This Week in Rock and Wrestling. Let's get into some more music, but first, let's hear from our sponsor.
Are you hungry? FoodJets.com offers on-demand food delivery with fast curbside service 7 days a week. If you're hungry, it's time to buzz the tower. Come on board. Just download FoodJets on your App Store, Google Play, or go to FoodJets.com and put in promo code RADIO to get $5 off your first order. Hey folks, let me tell you about DDP Yoga. At a time in my life not so long ago, I was suffering from Hep C as well as diabetes and well over 300 pounds. And a friend of mine sent me a YouTube video of this man, Arthur Borman. He was a paratrooper that had been told he would never walk again without the use of crutches. He gave DDP Yoga a try and is now one of DDP's leading success stories, as well as helping such people as Scott Hall, Chris Jericho, Gabriel Iglesias, Corey Taylor, Jake the Snake Roberts, Stevie Richards, and countless others. Diamond Dallas Page originally developed DDP Yoga for athletes such as himself who had suffered years of injury due to high-impact sports. When he ruptured his L4 and L5 spinal discs during the height of his professional wrestling career, he was so desperate to keep his childhood dream alive that he was willing to try anything. So he tried yoga for the first time. I know firsthand the benefits that DDP Yoga has to offer. Because Dallas had experience in many forms of fitness, he quickly learned how different yoga was from other traditional workouts. Soon he started mixing elements of yoga with his rehab as well as traditional workout principles. For almost a decade, he has refined his program and has become a master at teaching it to others. DDP has saved my life. I encourage you to buy the discs as I have. Go to ddpyoga.com or you can download the DDP Yoga Now app. You can do it anywhere you want. He has cooking segments, live daily workout segments. I encourage you to check it out. Start living a healthier life. And hey, this ain't your mama's yoga.
Would the more attractive of you please step forward?
Oh, that's funny.
Actually, you're both very attractive. Would the one that thinks I'm attractive please step forward? Quickly as possible, time is money.
What you have in mind?
VD. I'm really into penicillin.
That's funny.
Actually, what I had in mind was spending the evening with a stranger who loves me.
It's going to cost you $100.
Oh, yeah? What time do you get off work? I'm kidding. Let's make it $200. But I will ask you to simonize my car. Tell me, has there been a death in your family? This is funny stuff.
Let's go.